something. Everybody's got that something. Check it out. Diva. Hello, hello, hello. Diva. Check it out. All right, today, well, I'm celebrating this like my birthday. We got Super Bowl coming up, and I just need to get this session in. This is for the fellas. Ladies, check it out too. But yeah, this is for my brothers. I've been wanting to do this session because of the simple fact that, I've had a lot of people asking me about, the child protective services. Uh, who is this? Valentine. Oh, one of mi amigos de Argentina. Hola, amigo. ¿Cómo estás? All right. So now I've had a lot of people asking me, I've had, can you sue child protective services? And, how do you deal with this child support thing? Miguel, hola, amigo. Daniel, hola, amigo. Mi gente in Argentina. Mwah, mwah. Te extraño, te quiero mucho. All right, so, pero vos conocéis, esa información es en inglés, porque mi español es malo. Pero, yeah, quiero ayudarte con esa información, porque vos necesitas conocer esa información también. Y quiero decirte, pero mi español, mi castellano, all right, pero otra vez, pero te extraño. Quiero cantar para vos muy pronto. All right, dice María Córdoba, ¿cómo se dice? Mar del Plata, Buenos Aires, quiero volver. Mi gente, my people in North America, my people who speak English. Hello. We're going to do this thing. This is for my brothers, okay? Once again, this is a Super Bowl going on today, so I'm going to make it quick because I know y'all preparing for Super Bowl and, got the food going on. It's my birthday. Y'all celebrating too. But my birthday was yesterday, February 1st. But yeah, I'm still celebrating for the whole month and the whole year because it's all good. And what I want to say to you is I need to do this session for my brothers because I've had a lot of people asking me about the child protective services and child support. And I want to give some understanding and some remedy to it, but we need to make sure that we know how it started. Okay, because when I give these remedies, it's a higher level of responsibility. All right. And what we're not understanding is how we're getting into this situation in the first place. So we've got to understand that. So I'm going to go into this thing from the molecular side, the scientific side. We're going to deal with the social side, the physical side. We're getting into some hierarchies of laws. We're going to definitely deal with the spiritual side. We got to understand how the problem started in the first place. And then we're going to understand who you are, brothers, because this message is for you, and who she is. Because once you understand that, you're going to learn how to not put yourself in contracts. All right. And then I'm going to give the remedy. Now, I'm telling you, we pay for every energy that we put out. That's from the spiritual side. We're paying for every energy that we put. I'm telling you is I'm going to give you some information, and you need to pay attention. All right. You can pay with Federal Reserve notes. You can pay out your butt when you make somebody mad, when you put out these energies and you create these contracts that you're not understanding, you're creating. So you can pay out your butt, or you can pay by paying attention. Pay attention. Because some of y'all want to skip fast forward. I just want to know how to do the remedy, what paperwork. And if you don't have your spiritual side right, all right, you don't even want to be dealing with this, what I'm going to tell you about, because you're going to go to another level. And like I tell my clients that come to me and they're talking about, they're wanting the remedy and all of that. And we can get to that, but you must know the basics. You've got to understand the highest of laws, all right, the universal laws, the hierarchy of law, which is in there. I have the hierarchy of law chart, the universal laws, the laws of Maxim, God's laws. You got to understand those, because when you get into this level and you come out from under this little United States corporation deal and you get up here into this level where you're dealing with where they can't touch you, well, you can lose your life out here. All right, down here in this level, you steal something from somebody, or you have a lapse of integrity. You might go to jail, or you might get something stolen from you. But do it at this level, you lose your life messing around. So I'm telling you, I'm giving you the understanding of the whole game so that you know how to conduct yourself when you're using these remedies, because it's not just about, hey, I want to do this paperwork and I'm gonna file this, because you gotta, this game is spiritual. And if you're messing around and you're not respecting what's going on, this remedy will work for you one time, and the next time you're gonna be in a world of trouble. You're gonna wish you had been back up under the system. All right, so let's get into this. We are talking about child support remedy, the conflict, avoiding the conflict by understanding how the problem started in the first place, understanding who you are and who she is, and understanding and using the remedy. All right, we're gonna get into it now. Like I said, don't be skipping, forward, fast forward. Okay, you're gonna end up in trouble. I'm just warning you. All right, but we're gonna get into this. What the remedy is. I want to thank everybody for joining me. Martel. Who is this? Paola. Hola, amiga. Excuse me. Sandra. Hello, Sandra. Robert. Martel, hello. Now, if you all have any questions about anything that I'm speaking on, please put your information in the box over here so that I can get to the questions before I get out of here. And also, listen, I want to say this. I know that y'all not going to agree with what I'm saying, because we have been taught by this backward society, but don't believe me. I want you to listen, hear the information, and go look it up for yourself, because these are some things that we are not understanding about this dimension. And because we keep doing things and going against the hierarchies of laws and going against God's law and going against nature, then we continue to make these contracts, and we're doing things that are cyclical, that are constantly causing us trouble. All right. Well, we're going to try to avoid some of that. We're going to remedy some of that. So let's get into this thing. All right. Now, first of all, what I need for all of us to understand is contracts. All right. Contracts control this whole game. Contracts control this whole game. Everything is a contract. And because we're not recognizing and understanding that, we're just going on willy-nilly and creating these contracts, and we're not getting why we're in trouble and why we stay in trouble. All right, so let's understand this, because I'm talking, this is for my brothers. This is for my brothers. All right, understand this. We're talking about child support. And first of all, again, we're not even understanding this whole contract that we're entering into when we're talking about the birth certificate. All right. The reason why the system is in your business in the first place is because your child doesn't belong to you anyway. So this is what I have to, get everybody to understand. If you're not liking that, then you need to move yourself from the system. What does this mean? Again, this goes back, and you can check out some of my videos where I talk about the declaration, the security agreement, and the UCC1. All right, we talk about that. So those are things you want to move yourself out of the system, because you've made a contract whereby you signed your child over to the state. All right, that's one contract that you've entered. But let's get on this contract that you brothers enter into with the mother, the woman. All right. And we're going to go, like I said, we're going to go deep on this, because we're going to go understanding contracts on every level. All right. You're making a contract with so many entities and you're not recognizing it. All right. So what kind of contract am I talking about? All right. When you are, of course, marriage. I want to go into marriage and what that is. And again, let me tell you something. I don't tell anybody how they should live and how they should be and kind of relationship. I'm not saying that. I'm just putting this information out here so that you can understand this game and what's going on. All right. So marriage, first of all, we're in this backward society. This whole dimension, this whole planet rather, was originally matriarch. All right, it was matriarchy. And what ended up happening, why am I speaking about this? We got to understand where it started, because I'm going to the molecular depths with this thing too. So pay attention. Pay attention, because we're making contracts and we're not getting it. The this whole planet was originally matriarchy, and then patriarchy came in and it took a stronghold. Now when it did, you got to understand that this, when the male took over the woman, and again, she's not a victim, so I don't want to even get into making it saying, oh, he did this to us. We're not victims. Women are not victims. We did a lot of things too, but this is for the brothers, and I need y'all to understand this. When the male took her over, that's when this thing called marriage came into play. Marriage is a certificate whereby the woman becomes a slave to the male. All right, she was his sex slave. The marriage certificate is basically his right to do commerce with her. When you look up commerce, you're going to find the word sex. All right, commerce is sex. So what it does is it gives her over to him as a slave. All right. And so that is a contract that you're making. What you're not understanding with that contract, when the male did these things, he entered into a contract to do something that was unnatural to his vessel. All right. When you try to control something or you try to own something, you also enslave yourself. Well, what am I talking about? What are we talking about here? Pay attention. Pay attention to this, because I'm telling you that what ended up happening is when he took control and he wanted to make her a slave to him, what he did was he enslaved himself, because now he's got to be the provider, he's got to be the protector, he's got to be help rear the children. That none of that is what he is in his nature. None of it. Again, this whole society and all of this stuff that we're doing is backwards. None of that is in his nature. And so now you have entered into a contract that goes against your very nature. What you talking about, Diva? Because I'm the man and I'm supposed to protect. All right, let's go back, because we always talking about nature and what's natural. Let's understand this. Looking at nature, when we're looking at even the lions, because males like to talk about the lion and how the lion is his favorite animal and all of that. Well, if we talk about lions, who's the one that does all the providing of the food? That would be the lioness. Who does all the hunting? That would be the lioness. Who is really the protector? That would be the lioness. Who does the child rearing? That would be the lioness. When we're talking about when the lioness comes upon the giraffe, who's the only being that's going to put their line on the line for the baby giraffe? That's going to be the mother giraffe. That's the only one who's going to do it. That's the protector right there. And all I'm saying is that when we're talking about nature and we look at nature, again, you're being asked to do things that are outside of your nature. You want to be a protector, but really, she the one who's the protector. And if there's danger coming, you're the one who brought it. Understand that. She's the one who brought it. So you think you're going to protect her and all this, but she keeps getting danger because she's bringing it. She's the protector. She's the provider. And now you're being put into this position and you don't understand, and she doesn't understand. She wants to call you a dog and you lazy and you this and that, but you're doing things that are outside of your nature. You've made a contract that go against your nature. That's what I'm trying to say. Look up the hierarchy of laws, because once again, we're talking about the highest of laws, which are universal laws dealing with spirituality. Then the next law is nature. Everything that manifests into this dimension, I don't care what it is, it has a nature. And when you disrespect or you're going against the nature of that element, then you are the foolish one. So I'm trying to get you to understand these contracts that you're entering into with her. All right. And so after that, you have been now that you've taken her over, You created this contract for yourself that goes against your very nature, and you're not understanding that because she's upset because, well, he ain't paying child support, and he ain't doing this, and he was cheating on me, and he was all these other things, and she's not understanding. You're not understanding what's going on and why you can't get right. All right. So let's look at this next thing. All right. You're making, because we're going on to the spiritual side now. You're not understanding. Again, we got a lot of males who don't know about where the male comes from, that he is from the woman. He is the essence of the woman. All right. And this is, again, this is not a diss. Don't believe me. Just go look it up. So I'm to what what the mitochondria is doing. I'm going on that molecular side, but let me get on the spiritual side, because you got to understand that the woman is a god. She's a god. And so you go and make a contract with this God, and you don't even realize you've made this contract. So let's see how this thing works now. All right. When you're with this woman and you might have sex with her. All right. And in her mind, she has made a contract. You done signed a contract. You don't even realize you signed this contract with her. Because next thing you know, she's expecting you not seeing nobody else but me. And you don't see me and only me for the rest of your life. You're like, wait, what? All right. And as soon as you break that contract that she had in her mind, because now what's going to happen is she's going to bring hell upon your life, period. And y'all not getting that because you're not respecting the fact that you're making contracts with her, and she's going to bring it down on you. So what am I saying? When you have a woman who doesn't know she's a god, and she doesn't, listen, let me tell you something. And my sisters, I know you're going to be pissed off, and I'm talking to my brothers. Women are insane. Women are insane. I say it again, women are insane. What is the definition of insanity? It is when you are constantly doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. Well, men have told us who over and over again throughout history, and you still not paying attention. You still expecting something different from them. You're not respecting the nature of the vessel that has manifested into this dimension. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into how that vessel manifested. You'll need to understand this now. Pay attention, because if you ain't getting it now, you're going to really pay out the butt at the end when you try to use this remedy. No, it's going to work for you at first. But at the end of the day, if you don't understand these basics, it's going to come down on your head. So understand this. All right. If you are dealing with her and you are having her to believe in her mind that you are going to be a certain way, especially like marriage. You in this marriage, and I'm going to be with you and only you for the rest of my life. That's not even natural. Monogamy is not even natural. I'm not telling you to not be monogamous. I'm telling you it's not natural. And so you're entering into a contract that goes against the very nature of your being. There's no beings on this planet that are monogamous. None. You got some that will mate for life, but they ain't monogamous. I talk about penguins all the time because, yeah, they will mate for life sometimes, not all of them. But then he's gonna go off on another continent. He gonna sex something else. He come back. She might have another dude up in the crib. Now they gotta fight, but she still want the new dude. Are you understanding? What I'm saying is we're going against nature when we're entering into these contracts. And when you enter into a contract, there is no love. It's not about love. That's about control. That's about expectations. So you enter into this contract, and now you've given her expectations. Listen, I don't care who it is. Anytime somebody has upset you or pissed you off or whatever, it's always because there was an expectation that they have broken. That's it. That's a broken expectation. It's a contract. An expectation is a contract. And so when you are entering into a contract with her, and she has these expectations now, whether it be marriage or whether it's, a relationship, or whether you just sexting. There's a contract. And so when you don't understand that you sleeping with a guy, when you don't understand that you're sleeping with a guy and she don't know, see what, again, she doesn't know what her powers are. But when you upset her, that is energy that she is going to put out. She's going to put it out on you. And and all these brothers know, y'all know, once you upset a woman and you're like, damn, everything going wrong. I just can't get my life right. Now you got the child protection services after you. You stay in jail. You're running from the law. You can't keep your money right. Your job, you're jacked up in all this because you upset a guy. You made a contract that you didn't understand you were making. And I'm trying to get you to understand why you need to watch yourself, especially if you're entering into this remedy that I'm talking about, for the simple fact that, again, at this lower level, she might have a child protective services after you. Okay, you upset her. Well, you get to this level where the system can't get involved, you can lose your life. Don't mess around. Know what's going on. That's what I'm talking about. All right. So that's on a spiritual level, because she's going to put this, she doesn't know when she puts this energy out on you, she's putting hell on you, but she's also bringing it to herself. So both of y'all are going to be in hell, but you pissed her off. And that's a wrap. But they say hell have no fury like what? A woman scorned. Don't scorn. And we're going to talk about how you can keep from scorning her. All right. Let's get into this, because I talked about that vessel that you're in. What she's not understanding, what you're not understanding. I want to get into what that vessel is, and I'm gonna tell you. So we're gonna do it like this, because I want to give you an example of what the mitochondria does, because that's the mother right there. That's the mother of all of this, the mitochondria. And the mitochondria is going to she's going to regulate some things when she understands the spirit that she's dealing with. And I'm going to show you something, what she does. Now, here's the deal. On a molecular level that we're getting into now, on the molecular level, when you're seeing a male, sisters and brothers, what you got to understand is that the mitochondria has marked this vessel. Okay, we're all spirits. All of us are spirits. All the spirits come from the feminine. Brothers don't like to hear that. All the spirits come from the feminine. All right. Feminine means feminine and masculine, both. Feminine always possesses masculine. All right. Feminine is both the feminine and the masculine. And so when you come in here, and when the embryo is being created, all right, the mitochondria, that is one of the things that she's doing, is she's checking the spirit coming into that vessel. All right. She's checking the spirit coming into that vessel. So when you see a male, what you're seeing is a being or a spiritual entity that broke a contract with the mother in another dimension. Fought against the mother in another dimension. You broke a contract in another dimension. And what did she do? She removed your inheritance. You understand? That's what she did. And let's understand this, because what we're not getting, again, everything is a contract. What's the contract on the molecular level? It's the DNA. That thing they call that long DNA strand, that's the contract. And we're not getting that. So mitochondria has her own contract. It's called mitochondrial DNA. That's her contract, where she owns everything in this dimension, because everything comes from her, from the water, metal, to the human entity, human vessel. And then you have nuclear DNA, and that is the contract that she creates with the cell, whatever that entity is. All right. So understand this now. And I need y'all to get this, because again, I just told you that is when the mitochondria is checking to see the spirit, and she's creating these contracts, and she's deciding what she's going to do with these contracts. What she's doing is she's checking that vessel. And if this is a being that fought with her, a spiritual entity that fought with her in the past, she's going to rip the contract. Let's understand this. This I'm talking about. This is the DNA. Okay, this is representative of the DNA. That one strand comes from the mother, one strand comes from the father. All right, this is that DNA. Check it. The DNA. One strand comes from the mother, one strand comes from this the mother, this the father. All right. What the mitochondria is going to do is, first of all beings that come in, they have two X's. These are two X. All of these are X's. Two sets of X. All right. So what happens is when the mitochondria checks to see the spirit that's coming in, what she's going to do is she's going to determine, all right, is this a being that fought with me in the past? That's what she's looking to see. What is this being that's coming in here? Now, what she's going to do with the woman, if it's a female that she determines, okay, I can let this female have both of her X chromosomes, she's going to take one of those X chromosomes and she's going to do this. All right, she still has an X, but that this one right here, this is balled up. This is over in the side of the cell somewhere, balled up just like this. All right, so she's got access to this, but this one, this the masculine. This one is dormant. She can't access it really, but now you understand. So she doesn't have full understanding of who she is because she has no knowledge of self. The mitochondria had to ball this up. That's another story. I go into this in my the molecular structure of the male and the female. All right, that's the one. That's the female. So she's gonna ball that DNA up. But with the male, when she determines this is a being that has really fought against her in another time, what she's gonna do to it? She's gonna do it just like this. This the DNA. That other X chromosome, she gonna rip it up just like this. This is your inheritance. You can have this. This is what you get. This is your Y. To this. Are you understanding? She just ripped up your contract. That was your contract. She ripped it up and she left you with this, that Y. Now, I need you to understand once again, this is not a diss. I'm just telling you the facts. Go and look up what the Y chromosome is to the X chromosome, and you will understand what I'm saying. So when you see a male, what you're seeing is a spiritual entity that has broken a contract with the mother. Somewhere, somehow, in another dimension, you fought against her. That's just what that is. And so we've got to understand what we're looking at. And then you've got to understand the nature of the vessel as it enters into this dimension. It has a nature. And again, you don't want to enter contracts that go against the nature of your vessel. Again, we're all here to learn. We're in this dimension because we got something to learn. You did something at another time that caused you to be in this dimension. All of us did. That's why we're here. Now we got to learn what it is we're supposed to learn. And you can do that by respecting the nature of your vessel and not entering contracts that go against it, that cause you to fight even more. Yeah, you got to move closer to your spirit. Yes, you do. You got to move closer to your spirit. And at the same time, respect the vessel. Respect it. Because when you're not doing that, this is what causes you to get into trouble. Once again, if you all have any questions, if you have any pushbacks, if you have any disagreements, let me know. Hit me in the inbox so we can talk. So now what you're seeing is, again, this is for my brothers. I know y'all not going to agree with everything. That's fine. Look it up. Just listen to me and hear the information and go and look it up. So I'm not telling you, oh, you shouldn't be in a relationship. Oh, you shouldn't be in a marriage. What I'm telling you is watch your contract. So let's get back to this. Going back, when you're with her and you're saying things and you're making these promises, once again, you're making promises to a God. And if you are not careful, she will bring all of that energy down upon you. And this is why you have to be very, very careful about what you're saying. What they say, the truth shall set you free. What am I saying? What am I saying? Listen, when you're in these relationships, and I know, y'all get, oh, it's love, and and especially fellas, when you let the other part of you think for you, you don't have no sense. You say things that you shouldn't be saying. All right. And this is what I mean. You got to be honest. Honesty in contracting, not only with her, but with yourself. Who are you? You don't want to make these wedding plans and all this, and you cheating on her before y'all even get married. Well, it shouldn't be no cheating. Why did you understand why you entered that contract? Because the society told you that that's what you're supposed to do. All right. You're not respecting the nature of that vessel. So when you look, I'm gonna just tell it like this. So I have to tell my brothers, because if you know that you're not ready for that type of thing, you should be saying that. You should be saying to her, listen, baby, I enjoy your company, but this is just, I don't want a relationship. Whatever, say it. You got to be honest and stand on it, because as soon as you let her enter you into that contract, you've entered a contract. Period. And she's gonna break down on you when you don't stand up to her expectations. All right. So you enter the contract with her, and once again, she's bringing it down on you. Be honest. Tell her the truth. Don't let her put you in the contracts, because see, she's the one with all the power. She's the one with the power. I know y'all hate that. I got the power. No, but ain't no baby daddy without her. Unless she says yes, there is no baby daddy. There is no baby coming in here without her. She's the one who's in control. But you've got to learn how to have some control with respect to the contracts you make, and that's by being honest in contracting, honest in commerce. The more honest you are, the less problems you have. Why? Because when you tell her you don't want this, now she has the option to walk away. And once you give her that, she can't be mad at you. She can try. She gonna try. She gonna try. But you have less reason for her to be angry with you. You have to be honest in commerce. All right. So let's get on this now. What is the remedy? What is the remedy? So let's understand, in this dimension and in this matrix, there is no money. Money doesn't exist. So what is the remedy? Well, pay the damn bill. What they asking for? $20,000. All right. You got to understand that when you go into court or what have you, first of all, if you're going into court, the bill is already paid. Understand that. When the court is sending you, yes, you owe $20,000, and they're giving you this contract deal, and you owe $20,000. Okay, so now what you need to understand is that that's a $20,000 instrument. Soon as you sign it, you got to turn it over and endorse it. Because what you've done is you signed the instrument, and of course it's got your social security number on there. And what they're going to do is take that $20,000 check that you just signed, and then they're going to endorse it themselves, and then they're going to send it to the IRS, and they're going to get the funds, and they're not going to pay your baby mama. They're just going to have you running around, running from the system and in jail and locked up and everything else. When they already got the money, they're not going to give it to her. So what do? You need to be wise. Pay attention. I'm giving you the information right now. You got to understand how this game started, and then understand how to get up here and pay for it. All right? Pay for it. Don't let your baby just be hanging out there in the wind. The money is there. You just need to get the knowledge to know how to pay for it. So what do? Again, that bill, $20,000, it's going to have, when you sign it, again, you're going to learn how to take that thing and turn it into an instrument and accept it for value. And you're going to send that into the IRS, or you're going to give it to them once you endorse it properly. And they got to give that money to you so you can pay or give that money to your child for the benefit. All right. What's the other thing? Pull out of the system as well. Pull out of it. Again, I told you, declaration, security agreement, UCC 1. Pull out of the system. And you're going to learn how to create bonds so that you can pay for all of these things in this matrix that are going on. Pay for it. There is no money. Okay, so on the same side, there is no money. Everything is money. Your signature is money. So we've got to understand this game. And for those of you who really want to go deeper into this, you got to hit me up, because I can. It's this thing. You got to take time and pay attention. So you either gonna pay attention with understanding what's going on in this game, or you gonna pay serve notes, or you gonna pay by being locked up in prison with a federal crime or felony on your record. But you're gonna pay. So you can either pay attention to what I'm trying to tell you now, or you can pay later. You're gonna pay. Either way, every energy must be paid for. That's all the universe does. She's about balancing her books. All right. So I hope you all are understanding what I'm saying, brothers. I love you, and I just want to see you again find your balance, just like the sister. She's finding hers. All right. That crumbled up DNA thing that's over there, that right, it's starting to unravel. All right. As it starts to unravel, she gains full knowledge of self. And then she regains the ability to do all the supernatural things that she used to be able to do. You, on the other hand, your deal is you got to get yourself right so you can create something bigger and better for yourself. Bigger and better vessel. You come back and you do something bigger and better for whatever universe that you're going to be in. All right. So this is where we are. Understanding the remedy. You got to know how to play this game. And this is why I say, listen, once you get to the point where you pull it out of the system and you know how to pay for stuff, you understand this. I need you to, this is why I say this. Let's say you get this woman and you have this God that you have upset. And yeah, you can pay for the child or whatever, but she's still mad at you. It's not the money that's going to help her. No, she wants your head. She wants you to be miserable because you have made her miserable. All right. You have already paid. Okay, babe, I sent you a bond. No, sucker. No, sucker. I want you to suffer like you made me suffer. Because you upset me because you didn't live up to my expectations. This is why I tell you, money is not going to get you out of this game. You better know what spirits and energies that you're putting out and what spirits that you're messing with. All right, so I can give you this remedy and tell you how to do it. This is why I have to tell my people, when you're dealing with this, we're ready to go on a spiritual walk, because when you get to this level, it is another level of responsibility. Another level of responsibility. Just because you got the money doesn't mean that you're going to be able to pay off these energies that you have upset. You better respect this dimension, respect the beings that are in it, and respect your own nature. And then that's when you're going to see fewer problems. You're going to have better relationships because you're going to be honest and you're going to have integrity in your commerce dealings with these gods. All right. And you're a god too. You're a goddess. I love you. Don't be mad at me. I'm just telling you. You're the essence of a woman. I'm just telling you. All right. Let me see if I have any questions. And once again, thank you all for joining me. I know that this information is so different. You know, it's off the wall. This is what my research shows. This is what the spirits tell me to put out. And I really dig very deep so that I can present this information in such a way, because the spirits will tell me, hey, I need you to put this information out. And it's hard. I'm like, look, spirits, please help me find the words and what to say. Omega, my buddy, what to say so that I can deliver this message, first of all, in love, and second of all, in such a way that people understand it. So again, I'm not asking you, hello, Paula, I'm not asking you to believe me. I'm saying do some research on the molecular level, on the spiritual level, get into some metaphysics, look around, talk to some people, talk to women and see, what makes them tick. Be honest in your dealings with them and you're going to have fewer problems. You're going to have less of this child support need, remedy or need for child support. And when you do get it, you're going to know how to work it such that it's going to work to your advantage, because at some point, listen, this money is not going to help you. It's not going to be about child protective services and get these to your problems when you get at this level and you upset one of these guys out here who don't know who they are. Society and the public authorities shall have the duty to extend particular care to children without a family and, hold on, I'm reading Omega Blacks, and to those without adequate means of support, payment of the state and other assistance towards the maintenance of children of large families. Look here, look at here, look at here, and look at here. All right. And Omega, you melanated. Y'all people are rich. You don't know it because you don't understand this game. Okay, the more you get into this stuff that we're talking about, especially when you see people like Melvin, some of my other sisters, Mikhail, who are talking about the spiritual energies that we're putting out, you're rich. All right. And the problem is we're not understanding how to access it. We keep trying to tap into some darn TDA account and do this over here. But you can take care of all of that. You can take care of all of that when you learn who you are as a spirit. And you're so busy chasing this damn money, you forgot about the mother. You forgot about Mother Earth, Mother Nature. All right, all of the energy. I talk about the mitochondria. That's Mother Nature right there. Everything comes through her. That's what she don't nothing move in this dimension without her. Nothing. The thunder don't clap. The lightning don't flash. The water don't flow. Nothing without the mitochondria. She is in everything and creates everything. Everything must come through her. She is the one who creates these contracts. When we're talking about the Bible, that's from her. Those are hers. You're talking about your DNA. That's her contract. That's why she has the right to rip it up. You understand? So when you understanding that we get back to her. What am I saying? Okay, let's say you want a car. And instead of saying, I want a car and talking to the spirits, which the mitochondria would be part of that. Instead of talking to the spirits and saying, yeah, I want a car, first thing you think, oh, how much is going to cost? Now you got a block. Here the car is over here. And all you got to do is think, okay, I want this car. But no, you got to put in a block up. How much it costs? Money. This is your block right here. Now you trying to depend on a man. Do is go straight to the mother, and tell her what you want, because she's giving you everything you want. Everything you ask for, everything you put in your mind, she's giving it to you. But you've got a block, which is what we call these money, Federal Reserve notes, which you just, when you put it in her hands and you let her deal with it, you tell her what you want, she's going to bring it to you. All right. But getting back to this family thing, even above and beyond that, even if we're dealing in the matrix, again, money doesn't exist. So when you, again, walk into the court and the court is telling you $20,000 and you're looking at this document, you're not recognizing that this document is a check. It is an instrument. And they already got a bond if you're in court. Pay attention. If you're in court, there's already a bond on your social security number, because all courts must have a bond. And guess what? They can't take it out on them. They can't take it out on them because they can't create money. You can. With your signature, your mother already created a social security estate for you. So when they come at you talking about you owe $20,000 for child support, that's an instrument right there with that big ass $20,000 number on it. That's an instrument. All you got to know to do is to sign it, turn it over, sign it like it's a check, and give it to them. Learn this term, people. Write it down. Make notes. Subrogation. Subrogation. SUBR. Subrogation. Subrogation. When you walk into there, saying it's subrogation because on the books, there's always a bid bond, a performance bond, and some other kind of bond. Tell them you want to see everything dealing with this case. Everything. They're going to have a bond, and it's going to have your name on it. It's your property. You don't know to ask for it. Get it, sign it, turn it over, sign it again, give it back. Pay my baby and my baby mama so she can take care of my child. You understand? Subrogation. Look it up. Understand it. Because the money is there. You just got to know how to get to it. Pay attention. Pay attention. And then you're going to pay less in Federal Reserve notes. You're going to pay for everything. Okay? You're going to pay for everything. So if you pay attention now, you pay fewer Federal Reserve notes. All right, let me see if I have any other questions. Thank you, Omega. Payment of state, not to the state. I don't know. Hold on, let me see. What else do I have? And once again, thank you all for joining me. I hope you all enjoy the Super Bowl. I think the Chiefs are in it. I don't know. But congratulations if your team is in it. Omega says, what is Omega? Child support is a private agency with agents. That's right. Yeah, they're just contracting with you. Know how to listen. Let me tell y'all something. When y'all learn this game, when they be calling us to court, we're going like ching 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 because you're going to understand that all of this stuff is a contract. And when you learn the game, you're going to learn how to flip script. Flip the script. Because again, everything, look, money doesn't exist and everything is money. Again, it's going back to laws of duality. All right? It's everything. So what you do, you got to learn how to play this game such that when you're going in there, you recognize an instrument. You recognize the instrument. So if it's a document and it's got numbers on it and it's got your name on it and you in a court, you can best believe there's a bond behind it, and you can best believe that your name is on it, and you can best believe that it belongs to you. So what you need to do is learn how to sign it, create money, and pay for your baby mama and your child. All right, I'm about to get out of here, see if I have any other questions. Sandra, Psalms 23, thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil. What is that? My cup runneth over. Oh, yeah. You're going to need a bigger cup. But when you start learning these rules and these laws, you're going to need a real big cup. And it ain't going to be enough to still hold all of these things that are going to come down to you because you understanding these laws and you learning how to play the game. Does this go for bills? This goes for bills. Thank you, Asia. This goes for bills. This goes for everything. All of these, again, money doesn't exist. And if it's got a number on it, and especially it's got your name on it, and it's got the corporation name on it, you put signature on that sucker, and it is charged. You need to know how to endorse it so that it goes to you, because you leaving every time, like when you go into to get a mortgage, and you go to buy a house, all right, when you're signing all of these documents and they give you that good faith estimate, and at the, it's got the house costs this, the land costs this much, the insurance costs this much, and this is this, all this other stuff. And then at the bottom is that big number, $200,000. All right. And you sign that good faith estimate. What you just did is created an instrument. You created a check. You know what the problem is? You left that sucker on the table and didn't endorse it. We didn't know to endorse it. It was a check. They're going to take it to the IRS or to the bank, and they're going to pull all those funds out of your account. And then they're going to tell you, all right, we loaned you money. You need to pay us back this $200,000. They already got the money. It goes for everything. Everything. All right. When you're putting your signature on something, that is money. That is money. All right. And I'm about to get out of here, but I want to remind you, brothers, because this was a message to my brothers. Um, you got to understand these contracts that you're entering into and know that there is a remedy, but you need to recognize how the problem starts from the beginning. Because when you get to this level, when you get to this level and you are putting out energies, there ain't no money that's going to save your butt. There ain't no money, no amount. When you upset a God and you put out an energy out there like that, she gonna give you hell. You're gonna get hell. And at this lower level, you might get the child protective services on you or whatever. At this level right here, you might lose your life. Know what you're doing. Know what contracts you're making. Understand how to avoid them. Understand how to respect your nature and respect hers and who she is. And then we all gonna, raise up and start doing much better in this dimension. I thank you all for watching. I'm yours truly, Diva Laree. Brothers, I love you. Y'all enjoy your day today. And happy birthday to me. Diva, I'm out. Peace. I love ya. Love ya. Bye bye.